guys, this is your girl Talkative Masky. How are you guys doing? Okay guys, it's a beautiful evening and I'm here to say hello to everybody. How have you been? How has your week been? How have you been doing? How is family? How is everything? Guys, you guys know I'm always excited when I come your way, so don't mind me. Okay guys, this is gonna be like will I say an expose sort of. Tonight we want to talk about, you know, the normal way we gist, but we're gonna talk about some, one or two things that has happened in the past week. Okay guys, join me guys, come online, let's discuss, let's have fun and spice through this evening, let's gist as always. Okay guys, come on with me. If you're not yet here with me, make sure you join me this evening. Let's have a nice evening. Let's just talk and gist and learn from each other. Here at Talkative though, we always say we like to learn from each other. We learn from you and you learn from us. Anyways, before I go further, I hope you guys saw the video Talkative Viv did. I just want to, talk a little bit about that. Talkative Viv is taking a short break. Sometimes it goes crazy, so she needs to take a break and put some couple of stuff together. She'll be back, trust me on that one. She'll be back. Okay guys, don't miss her too much. Don't miss her too much. Okay dokie, so this evening we will be talking about a couple of things. I'm trying to, I'm supposed to be here with Mama Kali. Who've had to.
Hello, can you see me? Can you see me?
Mama Kali, are you there? Yeah, I can see you. Ooh, there you are, beautiful Mama Kali. How are you doing?
Good, I'm good. How you doing? But I can't see you though.
You can see, but I can. Your volume is a little bit low. Or is it me? I hope
No,
it's
it's
not me.
you. I'm all the way up.
Okay, let me see if it's me.
But the problem is I'm not seeing you though. Let me
I
see.
don't know if that is what is. I think there's something going on, but I see you though. I see your nice hair.
Oh my God.
I see your nice hair. So how
So
have you
how come
been?
I've been okay. How are you doing?
Hanging in there. I'm in
Yeah.
Nigeria now, so I've become a Nigerian. We are beating all your heart and all the
Oh my
no,
goodness.
you don't like. I can't pepper you to Kobe. You don't really like a Kobe. I'm eating the ofo noodles, the okwa. I don't like it, but I'm pepper you to that
I
one.
like
All
Opa.
the okwa.
My goodness.
What else I
I
do that
can't
you
believe
like?
you. I can't believe you. Okay, stop already. Stop. Stop before
Oh
I
my
get out
god.
of this line and
Okay,
go to
please.
African store right
Please,
now.
don't do that. Please, I'm begging you, don't do that. Don't do that. So, Mama Gabby,
Yes, my dear.
I just finished letting our viewers know that Talkative Viv, is taking a little break, but
Yeah,
she'll
we
be
meet her
back.
today.
Yeah, I miss her today. I don't just, sometimes when you're used to doing something with someone, when the person is not there, you start to feel like, oh, but it's
I
okay.
know.
Let's not get emotional. Let's dig
Yeah.
into the spice soup for today.
Yes, we'll try.
Uh, so, Mama Kelly, today I really just wanted us to talk a little bit about this thing that happened. This girl that lost her life to snake bites. It's
Oh
been
my God.
trending. It's been all over the place. A lot of views. Stuff. And I'm
Mhm.
like, let's talk a little bit about this. In as much as we can still touch on the other, matters, like I like to call
Yes,
them, but I just want us to, talk about this snake bite and the things surrounding it and a lot of myths, will I say, going around.
Yeah,
Permit me to use that
really,
word.
it's really very unfortunate.
Oh,
Her
unfortunate.
case, her case is one of the very unfortunate cases, about
Mm-hmm.
snake bite. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I happened to be a victim of snake bite, but that was when I was way younger.
That's one of the
But
reasons why I invited you to this this life.
yes,
Yeah.
it happened when I was way younger, and till today it traumatizes me. I don't like to see snakes. I don't like to see their picture. If I go to the zoo, I don't go anywhere near them. I don't. If I'm on Facebook and I see it, I swipe so quick.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
can
it
imagine.
traumatized me as a child.
Mhm.
It's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. But thank God my father was on hand. My father is a medical personnel and he did the needful and I was saved. But snake bite is not a joke. Unfortunately, we live in a society where the system just doesn't support immediate intervention because the first key to survival of a snake bite is immediate intervention.
Intervention.
You
Okay.
can't
You said,
overemphasize that.
okay, immediate intervention. Okay, Mama,
Immediate
please.
intervention.
Question. Please, before we go further, I'm sorry, but sometimes you have to get personal. How exactly
Yeah,
can you tell us a little bit about, how you got the snake bite and what was done and how, let's hear a little
yeah,
bit about that.
absolutely. So it happened in the village expectedly, right? That's the
Mhm.
most expected place to get a snake bite. So we were in the village and I was the oldest child and I was supposed to take care of the rest. And so my father had gone for a wedding and with my mother, and they said, stay and watch over the house. Well, my siblings went out to play, and from there they went to what is called Block Rosary, where the Catholic people will know what I'm talking about. So they went for Block Rosary, and I was left alone in the house, and it was getting dark, so I was scared. So I went in search of them. On our way back, I brought them back and we were coming back. I heard my dad's car driving into the compound. So I took off running to see if I could make it into the house before he gets there. Look at me racing a car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that
So
tells you
all the
how old I
kids
was,
they worry you that time.
you know. So unfortunately for me, without looking, I stepped on this snake
Oh my God.
and it bit me and crawled around my leg.
Oh my
I
God.
I wouldn't have known it was a snake that bit me if not because it coiled around my leg. So it was a good thing that it coiled around my leg. And that's how you know that it wasn't that this snake set out to bite me.
That was a
Rather,
defensive
I
bite.
looked for the trouble. Yes.
That
It
was
was,
the defensive bite.
yes. So
Mm-hmm.
I screamed and I was beating it, hitting it until it uncoiled and ran into the bush.
Bush.
So I screamed, and then fortunately, my mom was already home. My dad had driven off. He had dropped my mom off and driven off. So my mom ran to me. I quickly told her what happened.
Mm.
So she removed her scarf and tied my leg. You know, the tourniquet style, the old,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know, village
Good
style.
old. Hmm?
Yes. But the one thing she did, which now is a modern thing to do, is she made sure I didn't step on the ground again. They carried me.
Yeah.
They carried me. She called my auntie. They both of them came and carried me on their
Carried
back. They
you.
were taking turns carrying me because I was a heavy child.
Yeah.
Anyway, now later in life, I come to realize that that is one way to really
Slow down.
prevent the slow down the spread of the venom.
Yeah.
Minimize
Friends.
movement.
Hmm?
You know, if
Yeah.
possible, don't let the person walk.
At all.
Carry them if possible, and minimize shaking their body as much
Minimize
as
every
possible.
movement as much as possible.
Every movement as much as possible. That was part of what rescued me. That day. God rescued me, but you know what I mean.
I
So
get you. Yeah, totally.
yeah. So they took me. Fortunately, my dad was where he said he was going to be. Imagine if he had given us a yarn and went off with a girlfriend or something.
Oh my God!
Fortunately,
I think you're not serious. You're talking something serious. Now you're talking girlfriend and boyfriend. But can you imagine?
fortunately, they took me to where he said he was going and he was there. So he immediately took over, you know, cut short his visit, took me, put in his car, drove back to the house. Well, he did the old style of taking a razor and cutting through the bite side. I'm pressing out black substance. I don't know what. He kept pressing until my fresh blood started coming out again, you know? And he said that was the venom. I don't know. It's possible, but these days they say don't cut, you know? But he cut and pressed out the
And it
venom.
worked somehow. It worked.
It worked, and then he gave me the
At least you're
anti-venom.
here now.
Yeah, he gave me the anti-venom injection and then treated the sites, gave me something for pain. And they carried me into the room and they said, oh, that they will be waiting for the snake. You know that story about when the snake bites you, it comes back to bite you again.
That one is a myth.
Well, it's not really a myth. It's a science that was not explained. Let me explain real quick what is going on. The snake doesn't see you as a human being. The snake sees you as a prey, food that it needs to eat. And the way it eats is it bites its venom it injects its venom into its prey and then gives it time for the venom to work on the prey and kill it. Then
Then
it
it
comes
comes
back to
back.
eat.
Now I get it.
Yes. So that's what is happening. So when it injects the venom into your leg, because it has a limited eye view, it's not seeing the rest of you as a human being, it's just seeing your leg vision. So as far as it's concerned, your food, he has put his venom in there, or it has put his venom into that food and gives it time, you know, hangs around, comes back to make sure to see that the food is ready to eat.
Okay.
So that's what they mean by snake coming back. And sure enough, yes, it did come back.
For
And I
me?
slept, yes, I slept all night scared that this snake is going to come back and bite me again. I slept in my daddy's bed, holding him tightly all through the night, hoping that he would prevent the snake from coming to kill me. Well, early in the morning, my auntie wakes up, opens the door to the corridor, and here is the snake looking for a way to enter the living room to find me. And so my auntie quickly grabbed the knife and killed it.
Wow.
So all these years I was
Are you sure it's the same
believing
snake, Mama Kelly? Are we
it's
sure it's
the
the same
same.
snake that bit
Man,
you?
this is science. This is pure science. Because it was when I now got into school and studied these things that I realized that this is science. It just wasn't explained as science. Yes, it's the same snake. It always comes back. If it comes back and it doesn't see the victim, it goes away. That's it.
That's it. Okay, now Mama Kelly, before we keep going into the snake matter, this lady in Abuja, the one that was, I find it a little bit odd that they said two snakes at the same time. Do you think there's an
How did
explanation? Huh?
How could two snakes at the same time have beaten one person?
That's what the story says, allegedly that she was beaten by two snakes.
Did she? Oh, two at the same time.
That's what they said. They said she was beaten by two snakes. Okay, you didn't know,
Wow.
you didn't get that part of the gist.
I didn't know it was two snakes. I heard she was beaten by
two snakes.
Wow.
That's the thing. In her apartment, that's the, will I say, the catch in the story. How come? For me, it's a little bit odd. What is it? A coincidence? How could two snakes at the same time?
Okay, so here's my take on that. It could have been a coincidence, but my question now, because I'm confused now, is it the same type of snake?
Yeah, they said two the same time.
The same type, two at the same time. Wow. They really must have been hungry. That's crazy.
Then again, there is this let's say it's a theory, or let's say it's a myth, so that some species of snakes, they go in pairs, male and female.
Okay, so that may be the case in this.
If that is the truth, because that was another myth.
But you know our people now. We're gonna go diabolical in a
Yes,
minute, in a
yes.
heartbeat.
Now they are
So
saying there's a different dimensions to the story. Some are saying she's a snake girl. She must have something to do with the snake kingdom because they said that when they were taking the cops back to I think Enugu or so, that the ambulance stopped moving. Something happened and they found a snake in the engine.
Jesus
Allegedly,
Christ,
allegedly, yeah, that's what I hear. Allegedly,
for real?
yeah. So there are a lot of dimensions to the story.
Okay, let's get out of that dimension. Let's stick to what are provable and
Exactly. Exactly.
let,
Exactly.
that dimension is a rabbit hole I don't want to go down on.
Okay.
What?
Exactly. A-
Hey, Jesus
Anyways,
Christ.
one of the reasons why you say we're going to talk about this snake issue with you because you've had the first-hand experience, you've been visited by a
Yes.
snake. So now, in your own, and another reason is that you're a nurse. You're a nurse, and you have some sort of apart from the first hand experience you equally have let's say medical experience. So for snake bites, what in your own like say opinion experience both medically and first hand, how can we what's the first thing, how do we like reduce like I'm just thinking of the right one to use. How do
Okay,
we
but
like
I think I get where you're going.
mhm,
So the best practice is this. Like I said before, snake bites are considered a very severe medical emergency. The reason being that the venom it takes quick to spread. So it's a major medical emergency, and being that it is insidious, it's inside the body. You don't have control of it except to
exactly
immediately intervene. You get? So the best practice is treat it as a medical emergency. Keep the patient calm because the more agitated they are, the more they're spreading the venom without even realizing it. And the more agitated everybody around them is getting, the more they're freaking out. And that is going to worsen their case. So another thing would be to make sure that you mobilize the place like the new practice, not the old practice of tying a tourniquet. You know, what we do is we'll use like a wood, put on the place, and then use crepe bandage or whatever we have to tie it round and round and round, making sure that we're not cutting off blood supply. And then we just mobilize that particular location as much as we can, and then minimize movement, carry the person, and go to the nearest emergency location where they can get the anti-venom. Anti-venom makes or breaks the case. The anti-venom is very
availability
important,
of the anti-venom is
even though there are species of snake that might not respond as good to the antivenom depending on the point at which you injected it. So that's the key thing to do. you know all that things we used to do in the past of um tying this one, cutting, and they said we shouldn't do that. My take is, if depending on location, if you're in the village and it's far away for you to get to, where you can get medical attention, by all
assistance
means,
from
do what your parents taught you because it saved their life back in those days. You understand? But for best practice, do not cut, do not tie tourniquet, immobilize the place, treat it as an emergency, go straight to emergency, get anti-venom injected into the person. And then we hope for the best, stabilize the person as much as possible, and hope for the best. You know, that's 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 my
then
take on that.
there's something else because I do know that there are different types of snake bites. Like when you
Yes,
like you said like something that like when you were talking about your own experience when you stepped on it and it bit you. That's a defensive bite. And
bites. Yes,
I know that I think that the amount of venom that gets into the body has to do with the kind of bite. If it's a defensive bite or if it's maybe I don't know what they call it. Maybe the one that the snake is actually
The one
hunting.
that
And
you want to eat.
yeah, they call it, I think, business bite or something like that. I've forgotten.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember. But I know that something like that. That one is the one the snake is hunting. At least he's hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Like when me I'm looking for fufu and vegetable soup now, the snake is
Yeah.
moving, looking for food, That one, they
Yes.
say here, I understand that the amount of venom is much, it's a lot compared to when it's like a defensive bite.
Yes, I think so. Yes, I'm aware of that because I mean it makes sense.
Mm.
The one when you're hunting for food, the plan is to make sure that the prey dies.
Kind, of course. Hmm.
So they reject as much as possible, you know, so that they make sure that the prey dies.
You know why I
But the
brought,
other one,
Mama Kali, I brought up this issue of the snake hunting because I'm thinking
uh
that in this case of this our girl, it may be a case of hunting.
it may be
You
a case of
understand?
hunting, which is, yeah, if the two of them, and if they happen to be the type of snake that go in pairs, yeah,
Mm.
so they were definitely hungry. But
Hunting.
my thing is this, I went and looked up the area where the girl lives in Abuja, and that put some questions to me, like, it's not even a place where you would expect snakes to be, because location is
Exactly.
important too.
Exactly.
Location is important. Like urban area is less, and then not to talk of urban area. She lives in a very nice estate. I'm just wondering,
Wondering, two
it's not a,
snakes. Mm.
it's not a place where you will have snake infestation like that.
Like
But yet
that.
again, statistics is showing us that over 20,000 people die of snake bite every year in Nigeria.
You may just be one of those,
So
one of that 20,000, right?
it may have been just a one-off thing, or it could be there could be more to it. I just don't want to get into the rabbit
I don't want
hole.
to go that
Uh,
exactly
I don't want to do that.
because
So I'm sticking to what I know, which
what
is the
the
science
logical thing I know,
behind it.
logically,
Yes,
because
geographically,
it's a very, very Nigerian thing to do to start going that route. But I'm trying to
exactly.
on Nigerian myself. So yeah, I want to on Nigerian myself. As regards this particular, issue. I
Exactly.
don't know.
Do we have
Yes.
people here? Can we get people's opinion
Yeah,
on this?
on this thing, yeah, I'm trying to see it too, but this thing is, I don't know the way a lot of things have changed on Facebook. It's
For
no longer
real.
very simple, it's a little bit
Yeah,
more
because it would have
complicated
been
now.
nice to find out what other people think.
Yeah, if anybody was here and what their opinion is. Okay, guys, if you're watching us, if you're on this live with us, we are talking about this unfortunate incident, very unfortunate. That unalived our sister, the popular singer, Ifunanya. It's quite unfortunate, but it has happened. So we're trying to talk about it and analyze this situation and know exactly, because a lot of stories, both some stories that I cannot even, you don't even want to go, like Mama Kali say, we shouldn't go that route. So, guys, let's know your opinion. What you think? Do you think it's a coincidence? Do you think there's more to it than meets the eye? Let's know what you guys think.
While we're waiting for them, move on.
Yeah, I see people watching, but I'm not seeing their comments.
Yeah,
I
for
don't know.
some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, honestly. So anyway, Mama Kelly, then another thing we need to talk. I think we should talk about a little bit is prevention, preventive
Yeah,
measures.
preventive
Preventive
measures.
measures. Oh, Glory Michael says, well done. No, thank you, Glory. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
somebody says I don't think it's spiritual. Me too. I don't want to think
I
it's
don't want to take
spiritual.
that in that direction.
Oh, Peace says she's been sending requests.
No,
Peace, she's the
Chris is
man.
supposed to come. Yeah, I wanted to hear her Gen Z, but I'm not seeing
Oh,
her request. I didn't see it. I'm not seeing any request.
oh, see
That's
if
why
you
I
can
said
find it.
these things are becoming so it's a little bit more complicated. It's no longer the.
Child.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would have liked to hear it from her own
Yes.
perspective.
So I don't even know. I think I can invite her. Let me see if I can.
Invite her again.
I did before. I think yeah, I did. Join me. Yeah.
Hey. Yes, to crash.
How are you?
Fine, ma. Good evening.
You people are
Okay.
seeing yourself. I'm jealous now. I can't see anybody.
You can see us. I can see
No,
you.
I
What's
can't see you.
I think there's something you're not doing right, Mama Kali, because we can.
I can see Mama
I'm
Kali.
looking. There's nothing I can see to do.
I
Wow.
can see Mama
Then we
Kali.
need to fix this because it happened the other time too.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see anywhere else to press now.
There's
But
something
can
I've
wrong
she?
with
pressed
your
every.
camera. There's something wrong with your camera. There's something you have not done right.
But we can see her.
You need to
You can
worry.
see me.
Something. Yeah, but she's not seeing us, and sometimes that kind of thing makes it look like you're talking to a wall.
To yourself. Yeah.
I can
So
imagine.
who is Glory Michael? Glory Michael said, "I think the snake was sent to kill her."
Maybe I
My
told you.
sister,
Maybe I told you.
That is what
Maybe
that is
I
what a
told
lot
you.
of you know
we're
this
trying to
snake this
un-Nigerianize
snake
our
thing.
brain right now.
I
A
told you
lot
I
of
don't want to
people.
be Nigerian on this issue.
The
Okay, now
internet
you
was
know what?
divided.
Mm,
The internet was divided into two. People that believed it was spiritual, people that are thinking logically about it. Because I feel like
Yes,
snake can come anywhere, like anywhere. Because
anyway.
civilization is happening, and when we build houses, we go to the bushes, we chase them away from
Yes,
their house.
we take
You
them away
see,
from their
we chase
habitats.
uh,
That's
we
the
chase
truth.
them away. So and we go there and we build. So then they'll be moving around trying to know where they are going to migrate to. And
yeah,
if
who said? Somebody said yes, so it's true. Yes, so.
that's it. So the
Mhm.
more we chase them away and build our own houses, the more they come to our own side to see where they are going to stay. So that's the thing about
Uh,
civilization. I even saw somebody saying that can they cancel snakes away from the world? But if they do, the world is not going to be balanced. Every animal has
No,
their role.
yes, they
Every
have their
animal,
role.
if not
Every
for
every
animal has
animal has
their
if
role.
their
not if
role.
wait to if not for snake, will Eve have been tempted, or will Adam and Eve? It's
Even
everybody has their own role now.
everybody has because even the snakes, they kill other animals, all these little animals, rats, all those things. So every snake has their role. And from what I have heard, even though I don't really know much about them, I know that for a fact that they always attack if they feel like they are in danger, because snakes are scared of humans. Once they see you like this, if you are not
Did,
near them,
did
they will
you
start
know?
running.
Did you
Snakes are
know that? Did you know that? Did you know that some of the life-saving medications are done with snake venom?
yes,
So we can't get rid of snakes.
we
They're
can't
useful
get
to humans.
They are
they are
useful,
useful.
exactly,
Yes, they are
exactly.
useful. Mama
You
Uka,
know?
I heard
Also,
about your story. You said you've been beaten by one before.
Yes, I was bitten by a snake when I was young, and
Hey,
the trauma lives with me till today.
gosh,
yeah,
the
I
that's one of
can't
the
stories
look
that
at
they
reasons
say.
I called her to come
I
and
can't
tell us
look at
about it.
snake. I can't look at snake picture. I can anything snake. I once had a very beautiful shoe, a black shoe, nice, beautiful.
The
One day I
snake
was looking at the
was it
design.
treated traditionally? Was it
No,
treated
no,
in
no, no, no.
traditional?
No,
Okay,
it
in
wasn't.
hospital.
My father happened to be a medical personnel, so he treated
Wow,
it medically. Well,
wow,
let's say
wow.
a combination of tradition and
Medical
medical
and
because he still cut it open. He removed two
he
teeth
still tied
from
it.
the side. Yes. He removed
Wow,
two snake teeth from the side. So this one that
wow.
saying don't cut. I said I'm of the opinion if you are aware you don't have any other option, I beg, tie and cut and then remove the tourniquet and do what you can do. Do you
Mm.
understand? That's my own personal opinion. That's not the best practice medically. Do you understand? Because
This,
okay, if my dad
yes,
didn't
yes.
cut that thing open, how would those two teeth have come out?
Hmm. They left their teeth.
The snake,
Yes,
yeah.
because it was
Jesus.
it was a defensive bite.
Oh my God.
She jumped
I
on the
stepped
snake. She
on it.
was running.
I was
Hey.
running and I stepped on it and it just so it beat to save itself.
It's
Wow.
defensive bite.
Yes.
And defensive bite
Mhm.
is more deadly.
And I
That
no. Defensive bite is not more deadly because it's taking unawares. The more deadly bite is when it's hungry and hunting for food. I
Oh
read it up.
my.
Yeah, that one they say that one when it's hungry and hunting, when it bites, it pours more venom. The venom is much.
yeah, but
Hey.
this
That's how
other
they
one
have.
took it unawares. So
Yeah, but unawares,
it will just empty whatever is in the mouth.
yes.
It didn't
That go ahead, go
just like
ahead.
somebody coughing suddenly.
Mm,
It's not the same thing with the Ecuador Fuma. You
well,
cough from your bottom and bring out all the phlegm.
Yes, yes,
because they
yes.
said that's why they said I read about this. That's how come you have what we call dry bites when it even bites
Mm.
and there's no venom because it didn't have
Okay.
enough. It was taken unawares.
To take on our
There's
rest.
something they
And
call
that
dry,
one you
yeah,
can.
dry bites when
Okay.
there's no venom
Hmm.
because the snake was like defending, so it's not ready. You understand?
There was
Maybe that's
something
why
I
it
read
left the
somewhere
teeth. Maybe that's why it left the
about how
teeth.
to. There was something I read somewhere about how to recognize if a snake is around, right? Like for
Yes.
instance, if you used to have a lot of rat infestation,
And suddenly,
and then all of a sudden you stop seeing the rat. And meanwhile, you didn't do any treatment to get rid of the rat. Neither did you buy a pussycat to get rid of the rat. But all of a sudden, you're not seeing as many rats anymore. Or more, begin to search for snakes. They're around.
Hey, Mama. Hey, I beg.
then again,
Yes,
another
I
thing they
swear.
said is when you see periodically, you see like that normally they
Line.
shed their skin. They shed their
Yes.
skin often. Yeah. And you see those dry flaky around. Definitely
they're around.
they're around.
They said that when when this incident happened, what in not like I don't like hearing about all these wild animals, but I hate whenever snake something is trending. There was a time when because the phobia it lives on people's body, like
It's too
it is
much.
too much. There was a time when aside this lady's own, this late Ifunaya that passed away sadly, there was a particular man that trended sometime few years ago when he went to his
Oh, the one that is
toilet
from the
and the
toilet.
snake bit him in the
Okay.
toilet. That period
Hey,
of time, even up till now, I still get
up
scared
Do
to
you know
now.
that
because
if you go to toilet, I'm
to go to
traumatized?
toilet, you
I
have
go
to
to sit in
look.
the toilet. Exactly.
You keep looking that because if it bites you there, where do you start from?
Where will you
You know,
tie? Where will you cut?
where will you tie? Where will
Where
you
will
start
you
from?
cut?
Eh?
God
Ah,
forgive me.
now
Do you
that
know
Child.
this
that?
one is
Do you know
trending.
that when I want to use the restroom, I'll first of all peep,
You
then I will
will look,
flush, then I will
look.
peep, then I will flush, then I will say, okay, let me pour
Now this one is
like
trending again.
bleach.
This one, anything you see that looks like nylon on the floor, your heart
Or
just skips. Even if
maybe
it is not you
phone
that
charger. If you
experienced
see
it,
phone charger, you will run. No?
you will run. It's not. It's really sad, seriously.
It's sad.
And
It's
this
very,
her
very
case,
unfortunate.
I'm friends with someone that is friends with her, and the person said that it was two that they found
Yeah,
because the reason
I
why
think
it is not the reason why it is not strange that they found two is I heard that sometimes they move in packs. Maybe the husband of the male snake can come
okay.
in with his wife,
Mm-hmm.
to come and start giving birth there and all. Because this thing
Right.
happened.
It's
This
very
thing happened. I
interesting.
saw a lot of stories. I even saw some people that were sharing their experience, saying that they found one snake and then they looked up because they said if you see a snake in your house, look around for another one. Tracy, let's say look
Yeah.
around for another one that they might
Okay,
be
so
in
that might be
twos.
a case of this one. So imagine if it was husband and wife that were looking for food.
You
This
see,
one pit, the other one pit.
The venom will
Is
have
also
been too
exactly.
possible.
much.
But
Ah,
our Nigerian sense, we are going to begin to think about
They said it's
all
from
these
our
other
village now. They said that
diagnosis.
they said the
village,
snake
and she
that
says,
some people say that the girl is a snake girl. Guys, I do
ah,
people. People
Okay,
said that even
here's
that
one I heard.
when they were taking her comes
no,
back to the village,
that's
that
not
the
bad.
ambulance stopped on the way. They now saw a snake in the engine. That the girl is afflicted to snake. In a lot of stories.
Okay, see the one I heard.
Striking.
I heard
Mm-hmm.
that the girl is a singer and she was going to sing in the UFC, whatever.
Yes, yes,
It's
she
4 days.
was.
And then only for the two snakes to come in and kill her 2 days, 4 days before the date. So it must have been sent by her village people.
Somebody
You know,
said that.
there are
Somebody said that's the truth.
You know? Oh, okay. Look at what Chidima wrote and said. She saw a dead rat in the kitchen. After a few days, a big snake was found inside the kitchen store. So that's what I'm saying. When we live, wherever we live, our observation, key observation, is very key to preventing these things and saving lives. You know, we have to be
Yeah.
very observant when
Observant.
the
Yeah.
unusual begins to happen around us. You know, we need to pay attention to those things. You get? So,
Then again,
and
there's guys. As we're talking about these things, I think sometimes me, I like to, like I say, I like to learn a lot. What are the preventive measures? What can we do in our immediate environment, to like prevent stuff like this from happening?
okay, some things are not totally preventable, like we have just deduced from this girl's case now. She lives in an
Mhm.
urban area, in an estate where you wouldn't expect such things. But sometimes the unexpected still happens. So it will behoove you as a person to pay close attention to your immediate environment. Like I said, when you stop seeing certain things, or if you start seeing certain things, just follow the trend. Don't ignore it. Be observant. You understand?
Mm.
Because in our own environment, you have to remember that the system is not set up for emergencies.
Oh, God bless you.
Our system is not set up for emergencies. Imagine the fact that for
They have religion agencies. Religion is
the,
what is set off.
the first place they went to, there was no anti-venom.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Mhm.
So can you imagine that? And delay is dangerous when it comes to
Stuff
situations
like
like
that.
this.
Hmm.
Yes, delay is very
Every
dangerous.
second
You can't-
counts.
So there is delayed triage. The triage is being able to say, okay, this, let's do this. Boom, done. So we can't. Before you even get to that emergency, it's hours in traffic before you even get to that hospital. Only to get there, there is no anti-venom, and then you take off from there and
I
start
start going
driving to
somewhere
another
else
place,
in the same
you
traffic.
know. Yeah. So those are the those that's totally what we can do, if we fail to
Yeah,
escalate, if we fail to
okay.
observe, and people will die. You can't completely prevent it. You
Of course,
just have
but
to
like
reduce. You
like
have to
Mama
reduce.
Kami, when I say prevent, I'm trying to say like the same thing. This one, I don't know if this is a myth or if it's real. They said that when you get bitter cola and put bitter cola around the corners of your house, the snakes will not come in. How true is that? Okay,
We don't know, like I
somebody
said,
even commented
those
it
are
already. Bitter cola chases them away. You see?
that's what they said, but that's part of that's part of the old wives' tale that I said we can't completely throw away, because some of these things our forefathers believed it and they worked for them. So whatever our forefathers said it worked, I'm not gonna throw it away. Not because the Igbo man came and said I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't this. I will still do it though, but I won't completely relax and say, oh, bitter cola is there to chase them away. No, I will still be watching. I will put the bitter cola. If my forefather had used bitter cola, I will still put it. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Mhm.
I will still watch out to see if I have rats and I don't have rats anymore and I didn't introduce cats. I will start looking. I'll still look out to see if I see where they shed their skin.
Their
I will start
skin.
looking. If I have any
I will
dirty
still,
environment,
I will
any
still
bushy
clean it.
place,
Cut the grass
I
around
will
me.
clean it. If I have any gutter that is dirty, anything that is going to attract them to my house, I will clear it. I will make sure there is light in my bathroom. I will pour down whatever it is that I use to clean the sewer from
Mhm.
time to time. In this place where I live, we don't have to worry about that because our sewage system is built differently. It
Yeah.
doesn't enter into anybody's house. So
House.
snake will not be able to enter from the
Wherever.
from the municipal disposal system to
Yeah.
start going. Every house empties into this long, big, huge pipe that goes across the street. There's no way it's gonna come in. But still, I pay attention. Still, I cannot enter my bathroom without the light being on. I
On.
still make
I
sure
still look
that
around. Exactly.
yes, So it's just being observant and being
Yeah,
watchful
if
and
if if you perceive any, if you enter your apartment or your room
you
and perceive
smell
any
some kind of odor.
somehow, because these things they smell, do you know? They have their peculiar smells. If you perceive
Yes.
any smell that it doesn't look like, no, like it happens to me a lot. I will immediately step back and start, no, this place doesn't smell right. And I'll start looking for whatever it is, And trust me, sometimes you find one thing or the other. It may not be a snake, but you will find that, where the smell is coming from. Then again, there's something I read up somewhere too about eggshells attracting snakes. I don't know how
Because
true
they
that
eat
is.
eggs. Snakes swallow eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in the village back then, you would lay your my grandmother's chicken would lay eggs, and when you come around, the snakes have come around and swallowed them up. And
Okay.
sometimes you might go and see that the snail has crawled near the chicken pen, waiting for eggs to be laid.
Yeah.
You know. So of
So
course, if it sees eggshells, it will assume that there is egg around.
yeah,
So these
I
are
think yeah, even chickens. I think
available.
chickens even attract them too. Chickens attract them.
Yeah, live chicken. They used to swallow those
Yeah, live
in the
chicken, rats, like you said before, rats. So if you start
you know.
noticing that maybe you have rats in your house and you said that the rats
Tell them
are
to
they are
look for
reducing,
nothing else to
then start
avoid
looking for
snakes.
what is eating them.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are very important things that we should, we should be mindful of these little things. It could save your life. Notice
So in
when
this girl's case, it was a case of negligence. You know, it was a
mm,
case of negligence on the part of the system and her own. I don't want to blame the victim. I will
mm,
not victim blame. She had suffered enough. She lost her life. So I'm not going to say she did something she shouldn't have done or didn't do something she should have done. I'm just going to blame it on the system because if there had been proper management, the first place should have been able to
take care
administer
of the anti-venom,
anti-venom.
and that might may have been the magic.
Yes, you know.
Yeah.
But the second place that the second hospital have released the what is it called? The statement saying that anti-venom was administered, but apparently it had spread,
It
and
was
that's
too
why
late.
it couldn't save
Yeah, I saw
her
that
life.
too. Yeah, they said
So
it has spread too much.
early intervention, proper
That's it.
triage, early intervention, those things are very, very important.
That's
Now,
very important.
the question then is what could have been done differently? What, because at this point, that is what we're now talking about,
Looking at so
because
we can learn from it.
she's gone. There's no coming back. So all these things we're saying are the things that could have been done differently that wasn't done, which we can do in the future, to prevent further or similar occurrences.
Yeah.
That the thing. So the early recognition of the high risk situation, immediate escalation and monitoring, timely administration, clear emergency protocols, and system accountability.
I say
Yeah.
no. Say you're giving us no, now this you're talking to us professionally. No, I'm listening. I
Yes.
like to learn professionally.
That's the key word. And these things are things that we lack in our community.
We
So
do.
everything goes back to the system.
This system.
Anti-venom should be a requirement for every hospital.
Every health facility.
Yeah, if I was a policy maker, I'm a public health nurse.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a public health um what is it called, policy maker, I will make it a requirement that every hospital, every clinic, one of the requirements for you to open and operate is that you must have anti-venom
Mm.
in your
Honestly.
facility.
Because just close your eye for one quick second and imagine
Yeah.
if that first hospital had antivenom. If
And
the
you
girl
must have a 24-hour emergency department,
department, yeah.
no matter how small. A triage group made
That
up of
that let
a
me let me
registered
let,
nurse
let me let's
and
digress a little. Mama Kelly, let's digress a little. We're
okay.
just here to talk. I've been in Nigeria off and on, back and forth for a year now, and I've had
Mhm.
cause to visit hospitals. And I'm like, No wonder Nigerians pray morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, because it's only God that can actually save them.
It's only God that saves them.
Like you talked about emergency unit, triage, all these things it doesn't take they don't I don't know how to say it. When I'm on social media, I'm very careful. I don't want to, I'm always trying to mind my language, stuff like that. So sometimes it makes me like I'm stuttering. I'm trying to be careful.
Yes,
I'm like, what's going? You go to a hospital, you're asking yourself, is this a hospital? What's going on here?
exactly.
The nurses are on one side making noise, arguing and yelling, and you, the patient, you're asking them, can they take it down that you have a headache? Literally
And they
happened to
will
me.
shout at you. It's
And
not, my dear,
they're like, I should hold on, that they're trying to iron something out. Really?
nurses in Nigeria just, oh, God help
And
me.
I'm like,
Just
really?
God
Seriously?
continue to help
Is
my
that
people. Yeah.
honestly, a lot of things, I'm like, well,
I once took an accident victim to a hospital in Festac. This victim, broke
mm,
the head, and blood was pouring out.
rushing out.
So as the nurse, I couldn't pass by. They said, "Oh, these people will kill you." I said, "Let them kill me. When I go to heaven, God will know that I was doing my job." So I gathered the victim, put in the car,
Okay, this
stabilized the
happened
victim.
you were visiting Nigeria?
Yes, I visited
Okay.
Nigeria.
Okay.
I put the child to the side. I put the woman, an old woman, a grandmother, to the side, making sure she doesn't choke in her own blood.
Mm.
And I asked them, where's the nearest hospital we can take this woman to? They showed us. We went. We got there. The nurses ran out and were running helter skelter. I said, bring your stretcher. They brought the stretcher and they turned the woman immediately. I said, no, there's a reason why I kept her to the side. Don't
To
do
the
that.
side, so that she doesn't choke in her own blood.
They were waiting for the doctor. It's not like they're doing anything. They said, doctor has to come. I said, then let's put her on the stretcher before the doctor gets here. No, the doctor, they turned the woman again. I said, did you not hear me the first time? Immediately the woman started coughing out chunks of blood. Amaka, the slap that I slapped that nurse.
I trust you.
I slapped her so hard and pushed her aside. The doctor came at that point. I helped the doctor and we put the patient on the stretcher. And the doctor immediately turned the patient sideways, like I did.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, they had an emergency side, so we rushed straight to the emergency. And we got there. I walked in with them. I don't know this woman from Adamo. We walked in there, and the nurses came to push me out. I said, not on your life. I'm more useful in here than you are. Get out.
Yeah, I
The
trust
doctor,
you.
the doctor signaled them to leave me alone. All
Okay.
the things I was telling them to do, they were not doing it. I said, this woman's veins are going to collapse I give you exactly 5 minutes. I'm counting. Put an IV line right now.
Before the
No,
veins will collapse. Hi.
I said, this small blouse is wearing, cut it open and remove it. You're not going to be able to remove it when you put the IV line. Nope.
Hi.
And
Mama Kelly, stop. It's okay because it makes me, there's a way, I have my own way of handling. You know why?
it was
When I see
terrible.
the kind of things that happen, and now imagine how many people that have just
It,
gone
it
out of
was
people's
it was
ignorance.
really
Then
terrible.
I ask,
So
then I ask a question: is it not the same nursing school, or is it? Then somebody told me maybe because in Nigeria somebody will start sweeping and cleaning the toilet, they start giving injection and they become nurse.
that's terrible because these people were registered nurses. I'm sorry. They were not
So, and
staff
I
nurses.
so I now ask the question: if they are registered nurses, is it not the same thing that they were being taught that other people? Because when I see the things that they do, I don't know. Sometimes I try not to go personal.
I don't know. I really don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know. I
know.
think they teach them nursing, but they don't teach them humanity. And humanity cannot be taught. Is it that is there or is not there? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But anyway,
Do you know
bottom line is
I walked into a Nigerian hospital some time ago. I I had a bathroom accident where I slipped and hit my head on the tiles and I passed out.
Oh my God! In the bathroom,
Yeah, in the bathroom. Yeah, and I passed out. And
and
I
you're not
was
yet a millionaire. I will
and I,
sue the living right out of them.
and I was revived, and I next day, and I quickly when I came to, I quickly asked to be taken to the hospital, and when I got there, you know what the doctor was writing for me? He wrote every test, including HIV. He wrote, yeah,
Jesus.
he wrote
Oh,
HIV
you had
test.
the accident in your house.
Yeah, in my house. I fell in my
Oh,
bathroom when I was taking a shower late at night.
oh
So,
my
well,
goodness.
yeah, because of what barely I was able to. I was rushed to the hospital. So they to the emergency. They called the doctor, and the doctor came and started checking. And I was telling him what was happening. He was asking me some questions. I know he was trying to find out if I had a concussion. But after all
Yeah.
the questions, I am knowing that being somebody that I know, so I knew what to tell him. But all the same, I was waiting for him to, the plan of care. You get back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He wrote me a range of a number of tests to do. I was supposed to do a kidney function test.
From hitting your
I'm,
head.
I'm not kidding you. Even then for a malaria test, typhoid, a lot of tests, but I didn't see a brain scan. So when he gave it to me,
Jesus.
honestly, when he gave it to me to go to go and pay and do the test, I didn't look at it because I was a little bit woozy, somebody that fell and hit their head. When I now got to the place, I suddenly said to the person that went with me, "Can you look at this thing?" I didn't want to focus on look at it. That's my head was quite heavy. Is there any place to go for a brain scan? He said no. And I went to the doctor. I said, "Sir, did you hear what I explained? I told you I fell, I hit my head on tiles and I passed out. And you're asking me
And
to do a malaria test. Are you seriously telling me to go and do all these tests?" That's how I left. I walked out.
all
I
you
just
need at
thought,
that point is just a scan.
yeah.
Stupid scan of
So
the
what
head.
I did, I walked out and asked them around any good lab, the best lab around that does, and somebody told me one lab, okay, so I went straight there. I just walked to their, reception and said, "Please, I fell. I want to do a CT scan of my brain." You know,
Child.
that's what I
Yes.
did. That's what I did. So somebody fell, hit her head, passed out, came to you. You no malaria, liver function test, HIV test.
Hey,
They told me that
Jesus.
HIV test is a procedure in there. I said, okay, that's fine, that's fine. They started all these things. Heart, extra of my right hand because I told him when I fell, I hit my hand. Fine, but I hit
Hey,
my head and I passed out. No
hey.
CT scan of my brain.
This is God
So
that will
that's
save
why
you. Now.
Nigerians. That's why they pray a lot because they need prayer to survive.
Somebody here wrote and said some of them registered for nursing just to pass time and wait for husband.
Oh my God, that's that's funny.
I agree. It's true.
So
Oh,
Mama Kelly is
Glory
really.
Michael, thank you. Thank you. Glory Michael says, we need people like you, Mama. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Honestly,
Yes,
Mama Kelly,
fine. I'm
this
a
girls,
storyteller. Oh, Viv is watching. Hi, Viv.
is Viv watching? Oh,
Viv is
Viv.
watching. Viv, we miss you. We're just talking about how we miss you.
We are just talking
Yeah.
about you now.
Yes,
But
so
it's quite unfortunate that this girl, that Nigeria happened to her, because anyhow you want to put it, Nigeria still happened to her.
Nigeria that happened.
Nigeria happened
So,
to her because if the first clinic had the antivirus, maybe she'll just be here watching us, me and you now. But
yes.
it's
Yes.
unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Um,
Most snake bite deaths are as a result of delay. Is
delay,
the delay.
right?
Delay in intervention. That's
No,
what causes death.
I think yeah, you're right there. I agree with you completely. The delay,
Yeah.
and one thing, Mama Kelly, one thing I noticed with our people, we're not safety conscious. I think I've noticed it a lot.
No, we're not.
We're not
We're
safety
not.
conscious.
Oh.
They
at
link
all.
everything to religion. If you say by the grace of God, God will not allow it to happen. I'm like,
Once they say, God forbid, it's not my
hey,
portion, they
that's
are going
then
their
I
way.
ask, whose portion is it then? Whose portion is it?
They
It's
will
not your
just
portion. Whose portion is it?
they've told you it's not their portion. You're asking them whose portion it is. Do they care? All
I'm
they know is
telling
not their
you.
portion.
We're not safety conscious. We are not health conscious. Then again, please, this one I'm going to say. You people may say it's coming from nowhere, but there's something I noticed. I noticed recently. I had cause to go to hospitals this period for some weird reason. And everywhere, sorry, everywhere I go, I see a crowd. Like everybody is sick. Like everybody
Every-
is sick.
yeah.
And the last one I went to, you know me well, such things, it starts to bother me. It starts to go on, I start to think, what's responsible? Do you know what came to my mind?
Mm.
It just kept saying to me, food, 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 food. It's the food we're eating that is making us sick.
Why wouldn't it make us sick? Let me ask you. The reason is because we have gone and started eating the food that make Oyibo people sick, and we see it as modernization.
Do
We
you
have
know
left our organic food,
food?
and
What's
we are
wrong
now
with it
eating
now?
the same Oyibo food that makes Oyibo people sick. We don't even know what we have. And whenever I travel to Nigeria and the kind of food I request, people will be like, hey, you don't want hot dog? I said, me. In my almost 30 years in America, I've not put hot dog. You will catch me dead before you see me put hot dog in my mouth. It's in Nigeria, I'll come and eat hot dog. Say what thing happen. Do you even know, as a health professional, apart from being a health professional, I am a public health nurse. I did a master's degree in public health. I know how these foods are prepared. I know how
Processed
hot dog. If you see how hot dog is processed, you will never put hot dog in your mouth.
your
Never.
mouth.
I guarantee you that. I
But
said I
here
won't
it's a
do.
big deal now.
I won't do. I didn't raise my children with it. I did even
Uh,
before I went to do the masters. I'm not
I don't
kidding.
really eat all those
Dog is
stuff like
not
that.
something. But
No.
in
Hardly,
Nigeria,
hardly ever.
it's part of big
The
people's
status symbol.
grocery list. I saw one woman that was insulting the house help and said, "Look at you. In your father's house, do you eat Indomie?" I was like, Jesus. So
Indomie.
to her now, Indomie is big deal.
It's good
That
food. No, it's good food. Yeah. Mm.
I don't feed my children Indomie. No,
Yeah. Now,
no.
I'm looking at it from another angle. The angle of these food vendors who cut corners. Like, for instance, they will bring banana, put kebab for it to get ripe.
To ripe quickly. Yeah.
They don't know that this is, they must have,
They don't know
they
that
must,
the
they,
thing
that's not the natural, how it's
it
meant
has
to be
precipitated
naturally.
the natural sequence in the body of the
And so once
banana.
you do
They
that,
transferred into your body.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I know that one thing about nature, once you alter the course of nature, instead of giving you good, it will give you bad.
That exactly.
Like
All
I
of
saw,
that.
like I saw a video of somebody who was using, I think detergent to ferment cassava, and she was
Yeah.
talking about it. It will make it ferment in a day. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, seriously?
They don't know. They don't even. Ignorance is the greatest problem we have.
So please, this
Ignorance.
video, this is me appealing to our food vendors. Please, please. The way you process some of this food, it can actually make, it can
Make
end
people sick.
somebody's life.
The Bible says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge."
Yeah,
So
honestly.
ignorance is our biggest problem. Where is peace? Peace. I know they hear your mouth again. No,
No,
you know
please,
they.
please left. Please left. I think after talking about she just came in to tell us her own view about Ifunanya, and she left immediately.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
she
okay.
left already. Yeah.
Okay, that was
You
okay.
know, you're not because you're blind on this.
I know they see anybody. I'm just talking to
I don't
myself.
know why
Look
it
at
happened. Just please for seeing me. See, I don't know why. Maybe it has to do with something about your camera or something. Anyways, Omakali,
uh,
If I keep this thing with you, we'll keep going. I think it's time for us to. We have. I think me, I've learned a thing or two about snakes and stuff like that. And
Yes.
I hope too that a couple of people who joined us, everybody they picked up a thing or two.
Yeah,
But
hopefully.
like I was saying, please, our food vendors, this is me, Talkative Mask, appealing to you guys. Make my PTO. Some of these things, they are unaliving people slowly. The amount of people who have kidney failure in Nigeria now, Mama Kali, liver
It's
issues, liver
something we
problems,
didn't
kidney
know. We didn't know
disorders.
about it growing
Yeah.
up.
So I just went to a particular hospital. When the crowd, I was like, and when I was leaving, it was my head was going TikTok, and it just hit me. Food, just like someone was telling me, it's the food. It's the food.
It's the food. It's the food that is
Everybody's
causing
sick.
all the problem. The
Everybody's sick.
processing, the way it's being processed, the way it's being prepared, the way it's being preserved,
Everything.
in all of that, and the types of. I see people drinking liquid milk that is not even pasteurized. It's not preserved in the fridge. It's
Mm,
liquid sitting on the counter and this
yeah.
milk. I'm like, how?
How?
That obviously is milk made in a factory. It's not milk from a cow.
How? Yeah. It's not. No. That is. Yeah.
No
It's
way
not made from a
from
cow.
a cow, and it is sitting on a shelf and it is considered good. No.
It is not.
But we're trying to
Honestly.
Ebonize everything,
Yeah. And the
colonial
worst part of
mentality,
the
believing that
worst
anything Oyibo, anything foreign is superior
good
to you.
is, yeah. And this idea of the one that is so bad is the way we are processing our foods right now. To try to force them to ripe, trying to speed up the maybe the ones
The
that are supposed to
process,
ferment, speed up fermentation, and these things are altering the natural course of this the way it has been meant to be naturally.
yes.
Honestly.
Don't get me started on the so-called um, organic and
No,
non-organic,
leave that one for that one is if you enter that one, you will come out from there.
GMO and non-GMO. I
That
beg,
is.
I'm not gonna go there yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a discussion we can't run away from, but it's a discussion for another day. For another day.
It's another day, yes.
Okay.
So the snake bite, we just know that early intervention is important, very, very key to preserving life. We have to see snake bite as a clock, not a wound. It's not a wound
Yeah.
you can come to. See it as a
Yeah.
clock that you have
That's
to.
sticking.
It's time sensitive. It's
Yeah.
time sensitive. Something you have to do right away.
Yes.
And then the system, we're not blaming everybody, we're not blaming anybody, but it would be nice if the government can help us help ourselves. Let the so-called hospitals, no matter
Have
how
an
small,
venom, please.
since you know that this is something that is common, have an antivenom. It's the same thing with scorpion bites and all those things. There's need for antivenom,
Venom.
you know. Yeah. So
Honestly, it's a sad one, but what can we do? And before we leave, guys, like we said, there are preventive measures too. Try to keep your
yes,
environment clean. Fumigate if you can. If there are grasses around you, make sure you cut. Keep environment very clean. Look around. If you notice all those, snake, they normally shed their skin. If you see all those dry, flaky, things that look like snake skin, then that means there's one or two around your environment. Let's pay
yes,
attention to these things. Let's be
yes.
safety conscious, guys. Please, let's be
Just
conscious of
case
our
should serve as
environment.
an example now that you cannot escape it. You can't say, "Oh, I live in urban area. I live in this place. I live in an estate." No, see where she lives, and still she
Still,
was beaten. She became
uh,
a victim. Doesn't matter where you live. Like
yeah,
like like Peace pointed out before she left, we have invaded their natural habitat,
yes,
and now they're hanging. They don't know where to go.
bro. So
We
they
have
are looking
built
for
up.
where to enter. Yeah,
Everywhere has been built up. So many of them are homeless, looking for homes.
and I
So
noticed
let's
one thing is when the weather is very hot, they're looking for cool places to go into
two
and find
places to
some
go and
some
chill.
some shade.
Because there
Yeah,
are no more trees, no more bushes for them to
no
go and
trees.
chill. No trees. So we have to also consider that we're suffering out from our own mistakes. But just don't be that victim.
Yeah, let's
Help
try and
protect
be
yourself
conscious
and
of our
protect your
environment.
family.
And like I said before, if you come into your apartment or your room and there's a weird smell, because these animals, most of them have smell. If
They do.
they have the way they smell. If there's a wet smell, please check and let's try our best to stay safe. Okay, guys. Thank you all,
Yes.
guys, for joining us.
Thank
This is
you so
Talkative
much for coming
Series,
on.
and we had a nice time with Mama Kali all the way from California. Okay, guys. See you.
See you guys
Bye.
for coming. Thank you for having me, Talkative Maski. Thank you. I
See
had
you
a
some
good
other
time.
time. Okay, bye.
Bye bye.